and final turn is in front of us. So you're going to have, instead of the fast right turn they have to do on turn 1, you have to do a fast left turn, which is going to be very interesting how we're going to see how this play out throughout this day. But I'm excited to see this because this is going to be very interesting. So let's go look at this real quick. I have it right here. Pada, there you go. So basically, instead of seeing from the side of, I wish I still figured this out because I did not figure this out yet with my pen. But if you look on the red section where you see the little DRS detection zone 1, that now, as it says turn 1, is no longer turn 1. That now means it's turn 10 on the other side, which is turn 1. So we have a gradual left into a gradual another left, and which would be a lot more different than we expected how we see here. So I'm going to say with this, I think overtaking is going to be a little bit harder. I do not know how the DRS is going to work either on this, which is going to be very interesting. So going to do 2 lefts into 10 into 9, and then going down to a big long straight, going into a hard, not hard, but a gradual left into a harder right, into another hard right, into a slight left, into another hard left again, and then another left again, and then we're going to go back to do another left again. So Austria would be one of the shorter tracks, one of the faster tracks. A lot of the lap times are like around like 1 second to 3 seconds. 1 second, 1 minute and 1 second to 1 minute and 3 seconds. Sometimes on the faster side, and then on the slower sides, it's normally 1 minute to 9 seconds as well. So I'm not gonna expect too much at all from this because majority of us have not raced Red Bull Ring reverse. So this is going to be very interesting. I'm very surprised that this is on the calendar. Where is this at on the calendar here? I'm going to make sure I have this right before I show this again. That one. There we go. So we have, if you see round 4 right here, Austria reverse. It's very interesting. I wonder how this is going to go out. We saw last week from the grid that we saw, I want to say it was a masterclass from Gory Frog, who didn't have to see anybody at all, but a big fumble from, I want to say it was, I can't really remember who won last time. I really should pull it up. But anyways, a lot of it is going to be heavy racing, heavy pushing, and I will expect the unexpected because I don't think the people that we would have normally on the podium would succeed as often as they would normally. So we are live. Yes, we are live. Welcome, Dr. B, to the chat. So let me double check this before I confirm it all. Yep. So we had Gory Frog win, Formula Jonah with 2, Kavito in 3rd. So that was it for another thing. And there was Offline Kids who had the opportunity to be on opportunity to win this race or that race, and now he ended up in P5. So I'm expecting the Red Bull Kavito to do another stellar show out. I do not know if his teammate's going to be here. I think Iceman is his teammate. So it's going to be interesting. And I'm opening up the game, see if we're still going up. So we haven't hopped in yet. But I am generally excited about all of this because we're going to probably see a lot of chaos. So I'm looking at the lineup right now. So the only person that we're missing, it seems, is a Mercedes. So we have both Red Bull drivers. And we have, I think, everybody except for the last Mercedes. So that's great. Yeah, that's I think it's also pretty, he didn't check in either. So we're going to interview Pedro now, who's, I don't know who Pedro is. I would love to interview somebody, though. That'd be cool. It's Pedro's in the Williams. I see that. I mean, no one's on the channel. I don't see the channel. Is there supposed to be a channel I'm supposed to drag people from? I don't see anything. But very interesting. What was I going to say as well before I got distracted? So our last point scorers was... we'll check this before I confirm it all the way. Our last point scorers were... Come on. I should be a little more prepared for this. Why is it so much harder? There we go. So it was Gory Frog, Formula Jonah, and Kavito to round out your podium. And then P4 was Ash, Offline Kids, Young, Linsniak. Linsniak. I hope I'm getting this right. I really need to figure that out. And then Linsniak, Sauce, JH, and I'm Dr. B as your point scorers. So, only thing that had double teams or 2 teammates were Aston Martin having both point scorers. Holy, and the Kick Saubers as well, and so is the Ferrari. So we're gonna see hopefully both Red Bulls to get into the maybe V carbs as well. I'm a big fan of those V carb guys, and I'm hoping to do well today. So Oh, I got someone to join. Hello, is it Kivito? Hello.
Oh, what? Wait, did I get moved here?
I guess you got moved here. I guess you're gonna get interviewed. So,
Oh, what's up, dude?
all right, don't worry. I'll prepare this right now. So, last race we did see you have a P3, right? I believe.
Yes, sir.
Oh, someone else joined as well, Dr. B.
Oh,
So,
what's up,
Hey,
dude?
Kevito, papo, devuélvete para el canal.
No, and I'm doing an interview.
Oh, shit. Oh, wait. Wrong channel, wrong channel. Bye.
that was Dr. B, guys. Anyways, so, obviously, he just left. Can someone bring Kevito back in? I was so lucky. Hold on, let's see. It's actually so. We're iron on the kinks, I guess. Kevito, come back, please. That's funny. I didn't know you started. Let me double check if you started. Maybe that's why. Nope, we did not start. I don't know why he left. Vamos, Dr. V. You took my person and then came in as well. That's funny. I need someone to come back. I need someone to come back, guys. Come back, please. I was so prepared. Unlucky, dude. Unlucky. That was actually one of our first times we probably get an interview. I am still not able to move people. But I will say, right now, I think Kevito's probably on the better side of the drivers, and on top of that, probably one of the favorites to have another podium, especially at the Energy Drinks hometown race. So it'd be a lot of pressure on him, I guess, to kind of keep up the same performance he had last race. That was not last year. And if I remember correctly, he did qualify pretty far back. I think he qualified P9, so it was a really good climb from him. Obviously, the incidents we had early on was probably one of the reasons why it was a really big problem. But I mean, we're gonna have 2 more cars now. I think everybody that isn't a reserve driver is gonna be attending as well. So be big. I got moved into the chat. I can't move back because I don't have a keyword on me. No, poor Gavito, man. I wish I could move you, because if I could move you, it'd be all fixed. But I can't move you, so that's the problem. But yeah, I think all right. We're just gonna go back to it. So, I don't have a lot prepared. Monstars is the GOAT. So let me look at this lineup again. So who is our Monstars guy? So Monstars guys in the Haas. All right. So we're getting Fisho shooting for Monstars. I wonder. All right. Does anybody else in the chat have expectations for anybody to get what position today? So we have Monstars as the greatest of all time. So I'm expecting P1 from him or them. Who else have we seen? Lizniak. I think I'm saying it right. Right? Am I saying Lizniak? Jack? Am I saying it right? I need to figure this out. I need someone to I need someone to walk in this channel and tell me how to say the name. Be like, I feel like I'm saying the same thing, Dr. V. I feel like I'm saying it right. Like I'm reading it. Lizniak. Right? Lizniak? Linsnica. It's perfect. It's perfect. You're doing good. I want to get somebody in here. Can I? I think definitely Kavito would be probably one of the person to interview. Can I get Kavito back in here? It'd be crazy. Why is my channel locked? Take Pedro. I can take Pedro. I just need someone. I can't take anybody. I can't grab. They have to join me. So if you have the power to come back in, I can't take you in here. That's so unfortunate. There we go. Pedro, how's it going? Up. Pedro came in, and then God. All right, we're gonna open back up the games to see if we're starting. I believe we are starting, so it might be too late. Yeah, we are. So we're gonna start qualifying, and I'm going to pull up how everybody's. Oh, we have someone back. I cannot see who is in the channel now. Hello.
Yo, I got moved.
Oh, Kavito back. You're welcome back. So,
quick interview.
All right, yeah. So real quick, what is your strategy to do the reverse Red Bull ring?
My strategy?
Yep.
Like tire strategy?
Tire strategy. I mean, I was just asking about like what was your setup at all? What was your thought process before this?
Well, my thought process right now is I know for a fact we're gonna have a lot of safety cars.
Okay, you
Any
believe
small
so?
error on this track, like you could go straight into the wall.
All right.
And this is like a brand new track basically for a lot of people. So I'm thinking about trying to stay on hards as much as I can. I mean, starting on mediums maybe, And if there's a safety car towards the beginning, maybe pitting the hards.
Okay.
And then just pitting one more time after that.
All right, you heard it here first. The guy who got podium last time has a strategy leaked live on air. So,
Let's see.
but I will say,
Maybe I'm faking it.
I will say, I don't think you're wrong about this. With that, did you practice this track at all before this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not going fully blind.
No.
All right.
Yeah, the tires here are some other kind of crazy.
Is it any different at all than the regular?
Than the regular truck?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels really different. It feels like really chaotic, I guess, compared to the regular one.
Okay.
I don't know how, but it just feels. I don't know. It feels faster.
It feels faster. All right. So you think tire deck is going to be a problem too?
Oh yeah,
All
100%. I think that's gonna be the main killer.
All right. All right. Thank you, Kavita. You can head back out. I will watch you in qualifying. Good luck.
All right, thank you. I don't know if you can move me.
I can't move. You have to leave. You
Can't move back.
can hang out with me for a second while I look at offline kids do a start lap. Oh, that's what those did for me. Thank you. There we go. So we're first seeing the first lap already, by the way. We're getting right into it. So, offline kids who took pole last time at Spa is going at it for his first push lap and coming down a bunch of turns. I cannot tell the name anymore. I can know Nicky Lauda, but that's it. Now here we come to, I think it's Luciar. And then he's going to be another hard left turn. So we'll see. He takes it in third gear. Pretty nice, pretty smooth, very quickly. And I can see what Gibby was talking about. It's much faster pace. I feel like a lot of these turns are more gradual, allowing you to take this a lot more faster and a lot of this. So this is going to be a hard stop one. And I wonder, it's still fine. He got to clean out. DRS open as well. I mean, DRS is basically the same, just inverted. I mean, hopefully Codemasters did a good job on a lot of this stuff. Oh, wow. That feels like he's on the edge for that. And the first lap coming out will be, that's all over here, a 104. Wow, 104.2. That's a really good lap, I think, as well, on terms of even if it was the other way around, I guess. So let's go look at anybody else. Where's my map? Here's my track map. I want full map. Okay, so we're going to have another couple laps come out. So Monstar's coming up with a 6 instead. Can I get C. Cavito? Is he starting his lap yet? No. Cavito running the normal livery. Nitrous. Help us see Nitrous, the other Red Bull driver. I already see a yellow at sector 3. So I don't think anybody's on a push lap. Let me see. Oh, he's on a push lap, I think, because he's using short at the battery. So we're gonna see Nitrous, the former F1 driver that former Red Bull driver that we didn't see last race. He's coming down. It's much slower than I believe that Offline Kids got it, and he definitely was 2 seconds behind Offline Kids and almost into the wall. Wow. All right, so we're gonna see Linsniak. Oh my God, what happened over there? Why is there an Alpine there too? Oh my Lord, there's a little bit of incidents everywhere. But here we go, another. I think he's warming up his tires here. This is, I want to say, it's Capex, right? Yeah, no, it's not Capex. Who the heck was this? Gory Frog. So our former winner from last race is going for his push stop, and I definitely want to be on board for this. Now, obviously, when it comes to what we're going to do here for qualifying, it's going to be a lot different than we're going to see in the race, because when we saw with Gory Frog didn't have the pace to be at pole position like Offline Kids did, but he did have the strategy, and he did have the ability to do a lot of these things. So, oh, a nice turn into that. That's beautiful. I don't know how you would do the turns in this. I mean, it looks gorgeous from my end here. And I think both McLarens are on a push lap, so this is crazy. We're going to be on board with Gory Frog watching Capex from behind him. And a bunch of cars are in the way. He's going to face some traffic here, but it's okay. If he's faster than his McLaren teammate, I wonder if it's going to create any issues here. If I'm the other McLaren driver, I'd pull away because, man, this guy is on a stellar lap right now. You will be in his tow, I guess, as well. So this is going to be such an issue, a situation here. He has more DRS and more battery. Not enough space given between the two drivers here. And the McLaren goes wide, so he'll... Oh, you got to let him pass. You got to let him pass your teammate. It's your teammate. It's your teammate. Oh, no. All right, hold on. This is crazy. We're seeing some crazy racing right now between the two McLarens in the qualifying, and immediately Gory Frog backs out of that lap. He just gives it up to Capex, and Capex going out with, it is a 106. I definitely don't think Gory Frog was on a lap that was anywhere near 106. I definitely think it was going to probably be a 103. So to back out of that lap, obviously it was more on who was the faster driver there. And if I'm Capex, I mean, the guy won last race. I would definitely step aside and ruin my lap because, well, this guy has a better chance of going pole. But obviously, we're in the first conditional laps, so initial laps, not much track evolution yet. So we're not going to be worried too much about it. I wonder who this is. Oh, look. I know you can do that. It's got to be an update. All right, is Kavita back on a push lap? He's warming. He's charging up. We're seeing Leaky and Leaky go out for one. Let's go pull up Leaky's thing. Oh, it's invalidated. Ooh, too much on the edge there, and he validates his lap. I believe that's why this is all red here for us. Let's go look at. Everybody got Monstars on their list. Is Monstars on a push lap? Let's see. He's not. I think he's either gonna box him because he's out of gas, or charging up his thing. So right now our current whoa our current sitters is Offline Kids in the provisional pole, P2 at Iceman Roll, and then P3 Kevito, which is the guy we just had previously with a 104, and then that I will say this is a lot more closer in qualifying, but obviously it's the first time because Offline Kids had a stellar lap last time by I think almost by a full second off the next one behind him. So seeing this a lot more closer out, a lot more competitive, it definitely is the sign of the track being very unique to a lot of these people and being unknown. So yeah, Monster right now is currently with the 106. So if you want to say he's the GOAT, you got to make sure he's on pace. But let's see, is Ash somewhere going on? Yeah, Ash is going for a push, I think. He's got almost flat out here. Yeah, he is. So Ash is the only other driver that, except for Gory Frog, that hasn't got a push lap. But we saw Gory Frog try to do a push lap, and here he comes coming around. I want to say I know this track name, but I really don't. And here he comes around to the one of the back straights, and this is one of the longer straights. You go into a hard left. That was immediately after. So this is so quickly to, I guess, lock up your tires and go quite literally off into a wall. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's what we're gonna see coming around the first lap of people trying to overtake people and misjudging their turns. So coming around the final turn, and ooh, Ash is getting close to his competitors as well. And there it is, coming around the final line, the final turn into to the start finish line, and there it is. We see, oh wow, how far did he go up? Because I can't find him. Ash 105. So we're seeing a lot of these drivers get put into their own little sectors initially. So I'm gonna go see if I can find Gory Frog. There we go. So we'll see what I'll say on him with him. He hasn't on his lap out yet, but Gory Frog is one of the guys that won last time. He's gonna be starting his lap as well. So anyways, I'm gonna go back to talking about. We have a little sector. So between the top 5 and from 5 to 13, and then from 14 to below is we see little sections of 4 seconds, 5 seconds, and 6 seconds off the minute. And we see Offline Kids go on to 3, so he's a pusher. And all right, Gory Frog going on this push lap anyway. And let's see if I can get some details or some lap data. There we go. So I wonder if he still has anything. Oh wait, RTB got disqualified already. So his final lap will be 105.6, and that's unfortunate. Or no, he actually just gets forced to qualify to 19th. Wow, I guess he might have spun out and he had to get disqualified because he was facing the wrong way. That's unfortunate, Dr. B. No, dude. I was having high hopes too for the sour driver. Anyways, Gory Frog coming around right before the final turn. Almost validates his lap there. He was on the edge there too. And I will say, Gory Frog not as fast as Offline Kids right now on this lap. I think he was much faster on his previous lap than it was his last lap. So, but because I also think I want to see a lot more better battery usage coming from Offline Kid than it was Gory Frog. And I'm correct. We see Gory Frog go 104.2, and Offline Kid's awfully was almost on this. I think the exact same time as the other one before. But now Gory Frog being far behind that by almost like 0.6. So it's unfortunate to see. I think Gory Frog's lap was so stellar the first time right before he, I guess, indirectly got impeded by his own teammate. But they were both on push laps. And all it was who's the person ahead, and Capex was ahead, and Gory Frog had the willingness to just let him go for his lap. I would not do. I would try to pass him. Also, and Capex improved as well. So Capex is going to a 104.9. Speaking of Capex, so right now our point scores, if it's cut off qualifying right now, you would see both Aston Martins in this. You would see one Williams, a V Carb, both McLarens, only a Ferrari and a Haas, and then one of the Red Bulls, and the Sauber at the top of the list. So this is very good on the start. For the Red Bull guys. Unlucky for Nitrous besides him, which he's gonna be on a lot. So we get on board with him. Oh, he's on he's on gravel. Trying not to get him, trying not to pede. So he's just letting people pass. And there's not going to be any traffic after this Alpine or Williams, I believe. Let's see. It's a Williams. And then so he will have a free range to go. So you just got to I would just kind of slow down a little bit. Let a gap develop between you two. And then I just see the Williams, the Alpine went off as well. But I think the Alpine was trying to not impede anybody. So coming around this track here, I definitely don't have any high expectations for anything. I'm definitely going to have my expectations low because for the fact that, as Kevito said as well, there's a lot of close walls, and there's a lot of new. It's definitely new track to a lot of new people, and obviously doing like some practice with some AI doesn't really do the much justice as it does in league racing because you're getting pushed to other limits you're not really ready for. So we're gonna see some crazy degradation. We're gonna see some crazy incidents, and I really hope we don't get many safety cars because I can't really commentate too much on safety cars. All right, so as we get Nitrous up to his speed to go for his push lap. We're going to expect somewhere competitive that isn't a 106 and P17, somewhere near his teammate, which also is on a push lap. So we're going to go get ready to look at him after this. And there's really a yellow sector in Sector 2, but there's going to be a lot of yellow flags because of the fact that people are trying to impede anybody. And there is Kevito. Here he comes around. Actually, I think Nitro's on a double warm, so he's not using any of his battery. He's just kind of go warming up his tires, I guess. So very interesting. It's not an uncommon strategy, especially if you are capable of doing it. If I don't feel like your tires are up to temp yet, you can go for a double warm-up lap, and it isn't a bad thing. So I wonder if so Kevito's gonna go for a push lap ahead of him. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Red Bull, by the way. For those who don't know, I love Red Bull, like one of my favorite teams. I even have their wheel. Oracle. So, actually, speaking of that, I guess I get to talk about that because I also raced in F1, but recently my Fanatic base kind of broke. So we're going to be here and, I guess, watch people instead. Luckily, I don't have to race. It's not my job. I don't get paid to do that. But I do get expected to do some good commentating here. And we're going to see Kevito on his push lap going on the limit. And he is trying to get back because he started at P16 if he was continuing off here. And he'll be a little bit impeded by this Ferrari here, which would be a problem if he doesn't get past the Ferrari. He's also on a push lap and he's much slower, but the Ferrari lets him by, and perfect. Kevito has a nice cruise past, and here he comes around the Sector 2. Almost has to deal with the Williams, who almost comes across him if you didn't see him. And here he comes around to the final part, of Sector 1 into Sector 2. And here he comes. I do not see a time improvement either, though, so we'll find out later on. Coming down here to the hard left turn, which is really slow, and he goes down to the second, and I feel like that was much slower than the top 3 currently. And wow, he's up by 10 hundredths, so that's not very good for him because it only put him still P6. So let's see what he goes around with his final turn, and he comes around, and does he improve? Well, 102, 103, 104, and he does, but not by much, by 1 place. He goes to P5. Now, I will say, he didn't qualify high last time either. So, it'd be all dependent on what happens coming into this next one. So, all right, you're going to see Nitrous go on his push lap as well. Coming here, he's on the battery, and we're seeing, I definitely see a lot more less battery usage than comparison to everybody else. So, another yellow again, but it's I guess impeding someone stopped on the track. So, here he comes around. This Sector 1's long. Wow, I guess off in the gravel trap. And he's up he's not up, he's down 4 tenths, which is not the good one. That's the bad one. I definitely would do just a calm down lap because I would just recharge because that's not a good enough lap for us. But we'll see if maybe he can improve it somewhere else. And he'll come back down. He's on the push though, so I think he has the confidence to get it back. He goes around, and now he's behind what I believe is an Alpine or Mercedes. It's the lighter blue, so I think it's Mercedes. Mercedes, will he let it pass? No, the Mercedes. He has to go for the calm down lap. Yep. And that's what's unfortunate, especially coming with traffic. You have to deal with that because when you come around here and you're not going to be able to warm up, he's trying to regain some battery here, which you won't be able to get some battery. to retry another lap, which is unfortunate because you really need to get some of these laps getting done because I mean you're 106, you're P17, and you're expected to do really well. Now, obviously, if you are in the preparation of being like, hey, it's gonna be a bad day for a lot of people today, and I expect a couple safety cars, starting P17 would be a bad thing. You have to do turn 1 at all as much as you would think. Coming from the back, you just come around, watch all the chaos, and you can take some gaps. That guy's almost in a wall. The poor Haas driver. And now we're gonna see the top 3 start their push laps as well for the final push lap. I think this is their third lap for a lot of them. So coming around, I don't know if Nitro's gonna have enough gas to work with here, but I do not know because I have the symbol. Oh, and a big lockup. He goes very wide and off. That's a back out lap. You got to back out of that. Unlucky for Nitrous because he was looking to improve in that one, which is unfortunate because I was definitely rooting for the guy. But now let's go look at the Iceman because we haven't been much with Iceman. I know he's an active chatter in my channel, but I have not seen him at all do a lap yet. I think at all because I don't think I saw him last race. So we're gonna take a look at him and see how well he does. He did get P2, which is not easy task. It definitely is a taller task. And you think with offline kids behind, up in front, and Gory Frog who won last race as well. So Gory Frog not being too bad comparing to his previous results as well. So I mean you're facing one of the best qualifiers I think offline kids off of just one race. By the way, I only see him for one race, and I already know that this guy got pace, bro. He's got pace. Now, Racecraft, I do not know too much because he struggled a lot, and strategy-wise. So, we're going to see around here Iceman coming around with a lot more battery usage than most of the current drivers that are off, but I think he went off and he invalidates his time, which is unfortunate because he has to back out. So, the one time I get to watch Iceman, he immediately invalidates right before Sector 2, which is unlucky. Alright, water's really good for you guys. Let's go look at Gory Frog, try to improve here. Oh, I'm trying to find Gory Frog here. So Gory Frog going for his push lap, and he's up by 200s. Not by much, but he'll come around, which will not put him anywhere ahead. Oh my god! And he loses it. Snap oversteer into the wall almost, and that's so unfortunate. Gory Frog, who was still up on his time, ends up not improving at all. So this is the final laps, and poor Iceman has to box. I don't think he will have enough time to go out either. So that a lot of these are going to be what the final grid is going to look like. Gory Frog was trying to improve, couldn't improve. Offline kids didn't even go for a lap. So I mean, it's done for a lot of people here. So I think that's a grid. I think offline kids is on pole, and that pole was set by, I don't know, he did it 1 lap, or he did 2 laps, I think, which is unfortunate. But wow, Kavito with 3 laps as well, and we're seeing a medium as well. Loquito with the medium. I didn't see that on the track. Now, unfortunate for Dr. B. Very sad for you to be in P19. But I also will say, if Kavito's theory is right, and so is mine, if that is going to be an issue right now. Oh, we see some push laps though. I think a Ferrari's on the push lap. Let me see this, because that's probably why we're not seeing anything. And he didn't improve. One of the clearance is out. I do not know who. Is it Capex? Nope, it is. Oh, it's Gory Frog. Does he get across the line in time? No, he doesn't. This doesn't improve either. That's so unfortunate. So I think that definitely should round out there for sure now. So pole position is back again for offline kids. Now, I will say this grid is very interesting compared to the last week. Let me double check that before I continue on my thoughts, because I will say race results, and here we go. So qualifying last time was offline kids, Leaky number 2, Gory Frog, and Young, and Formula Jonah, which is no longer here in this race. No longer, not with us, but he's not in this race currently. So instead we have offline kids, P1, P2, Iceman Rules, P3, Gory Frog, P4, Leaky, P5, Kavito, P6, Pedro, P7, Capex, P8, Young, P9, JH, and P10, Sauce. And that is your, I guess, provisional point scorers. So, that is a very different lineup than it was compared to the other one where we saw more Dr. B. We saw a reserve driver that was in there as well. And we saw Gory Frog and Leaky be more competitive than Iceman, because Iceman wasn't even there at all, to be fair. So Dr. B also not being in there at all is very frustrating for him, probably, because of the fact that he invalidated his lap, which is unfortunate. But it's all okay, because now we get to see the finally experience the actual chaos that is a reverse track. Now, as I was telling Kavita, a couple questions I asked about that was the tire degradation. And that's such a scary thing, because if Red Bull Ring wasn't too bad in tire degradation, but it was still very strict on how you raced. Now, you can't do constant push laps because there's a lot of straights and your tires can overheat very quickly. Now, once they overheat and they get build up a lot of heat temperature, they lose wear very fast. And if you're pushing consistently and you're trying to keep up with a competitor that's ahead of you, or trying to keep a gap between you and a competitor behind you, you're going to struggle with tire degradation. So we're going to see a lot of nursing, I hope at least, and I hope not many spins into gravel traps or walls, knock on wood. So I will say I am very excited to see what's going on with this. Obviously, with how all of this is going to pan out, I have no idea. I really couldn't tell you if Offline Kids is going to win the race from P1 because he didn't win the last time, right? And then Gory Frog, who's in P3, had a great strategy, had a great time throughout that entire race, had no issues at all. So we're going to see all of this come to fruition. Yeah, not fruition. That's a bunch of words that I'm trying to use right now. I'm a little exhausted, by the way, guys. I'm a little tired, but it's all right. So I will say I also never raced this track in reverse before. I definitely love Red Bull Ring, one of my favorite tracks of all time. Most entertaining for me as well. I'm just right behind the Hunger Ring is one of my favorite tracks as well. One of the more my favorite, which is also most entertaining to me, especially with those fast turns, which Red Bull Ring kind of replicates in this sense in the reverse. So we're gonna see a little bit more of how strong people are in their adaptability into new tracks and into new situations. So Offline Kids, who is a really good qualifier. I've only seen him qualify twice now. I do know that he's very strong qualifying. Let me see previously. So Miami, he also qualified P1, which he won then later on, and then he also qualified P1 as well, and Silverstone, but that ended up P2. So, here we go. All right. And the green flag is out, and we're lights out, and away we go into reverse Austria, and turn 1 will no longer be seen because I have to see it from the back end here. And we're going to see both Aston and the Sauber go wide. Oh, no, they're going to come around the next corner, and not many cars are off either, but, I mean, the Sauber is. Oh, no. Sauber's now behind Iceman, and we see a bunch of changes now, so I want to see, get some position changes. So, Iceman goes to P1. Gory Frog catching up as well. Let's go look at him, because I think he's going to be able to take a gap. And we're seeing Offline Kids lose position again in the first lap. And we see a yellow sector, a Sauber off. Is that Dr. B? No! Look at Dr. B. Does Dr. B go off? Oh, both the Red Bull and the Mercedes had to retire! Linsniak and Nitrous both out of contention of this track. It's a huge, and it's a red flag! Oh my god! We have a stoppage already. Now, that is insane. I wish I got to see that moment. I wish there was like a replay for that. I just see Dr. B's point of view of going, whoo! So that's so unfortunate. Unfortunate already. A red flag within turn 1. And I will say, you need to expect that a safety car, not a red flag. That wasn't called. So, wow. Gavito and Linsniak are both, not Gavito and Linsniak, Nitrous and Linsniak are both out. So it makes it much easier. I can't say their name, so it makes it much easier for me. I don't have to say their name anymore at all. I'm really unfortunate for the Mercedes driver. That's so unlucky. I really don't know what happened. I really wish I could see a replay of that. Oh, man, I gotta see someone. Someone's gotta post that in chat. Is someone get a clip of that? Can someone get a clip of that? Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, so we're restarting again. Alright. And here we are off again. Iceman starting off in pole. And we're going to see another turn 1. Will we see another incident? Oh, I think it's a clean one. No. No one going off this time. Perfect. I mean, ISOS just got a CD track limit for a 10-second penalty. And we see a Haas also be gone. I want to see this Haas. No. Where's this Haas at? Oh, he's coming back around. Poor Monstars. All right, so we're all good, though. Everybody's clean. And we're seeing no crazy changes at all. Oh, my. What's happening, guys? What is happening today? So we're seeing everybody pass. Finally, the turn that where both the Red Bull driver and the Mercedes driver goes off. And, I mean, the Alpine almost struggling to lock up there. And we're going to see any more changes. So I do not know how much changes happened during the restart. I wasn't really looking too much at the initial lineup. But, wow. Oh, and then both the V-Carb and the McLaren are fighting as well. Who are these two? It is Young and ISOS coming out. Again, Capex and the Young going for a move, going in and out, and he goes for a leap move onto ISOS. And ISOS has to go wide all the way, but he gets ahead still. Iceman with back up with the fastest lap, but obviously in the front. Offline Kid's fully far back. No, stuck in P3. Leaky, he's not changed at all. Pedro go up a point by from Cavito. And I want to see the penalties, because I did not see the penalties. Penalties. We have a 10-second given to Cavito. No! Oh, no. This is crazy. Oh, my lord. Cavito also going to have a problem with that, most likely as well. That's so unfortunate. All right, so here we come. Going around another lap again. Wow. This is lap 4. I don't think it's lap 4, but I think it's this, we didn't see it one lap the first time around, so I guess it's lap 4. But 36 laps, 32 left to go, and we're not seeing any more incidents. I hope we have only the 2 retirements for the rest of the track, right? Right, guys? All right, so we're going to go up the ladder. Cavito's going to go for some moves here, and so does Leaky probably. No, he's not too far away. And he's all, I think Cavito's the only one. Actually, Offline Kids is much closer to both of these. DRS is also open, but it's going to be a DRS train for sure. And Gory Frog Leaky takes the fastest lap. So P4 is faster, and we see Cavito go for a move on turn 1, and he completes it, gets past the Williams driver, reclaims that position. Leaky gets a penalty. No! Leaky, who was looking good as well, who didn't have to deal with any changes at all, has not struggled with a penalty. So Pedro not backing out of this yet, by the way. Gonna go for a retake, but I do not know what's gonna happen to these front runners here. DRS is gonna be open for Gory Frog. Iceman will not have to deal with anybody and won't have anything to help him get past this. So it's gonna be up to this battery difference between these two drivers, and it's much lower on Iceman than it is Gory Frog. But Gory Frog doesn't pop it here. He's gonna try to go for turn 1, most likely, and oh, Iceman goes a little bit wide, a little bit wobbly, and it'll be all determined on next. What happens here offline? Also on the back of Gory Frog, and he's gonna be real close to him as well. Oh, coming around turn 1, will we see a change here? This is their moment to pop the battery, go for the DRS move, and do it all here, but he can't. It's too far away. But Offline Kid is still behind this all and is looking to improve his position, and he almost has a little bit of a little problem there, but it's okay. Oh, and we see Gory Frog go a little bit off, but he's 2/10 behind him. It's so close. I'm sorry for the guys who are in the back. I'm too locked in on this one. And we see a yellow. Oh, I hope it's something bad. We see all the Red Bull drivers off. No, wait. Oh, it's V-Carb. Oh, my lord. I was hoping to see if it was a crash. Now we hear, oh, an Iceman. Gory Frog gets a move. I didn't see this at all. No. I like the way Iceman offline are fighting as well. This is such a tough fight to deal with, but Gory Frog improves back to P1, who we see again really good at this race pace. Offline, who has the best quality pace, but we don't see the same out of his race pace, and he almost goes off there as well. He was much closer to Iceman than he was to Gory Frog previously, and instead of passing there, he goes off a little bit, and we see Dr. B get another penalty. A big struggle for Dr. B with the penalties. He had a DSQ last time, now he got a 3-second. Now, I do believe Capek will go for a move here. It's a DRS train, but Capek will have a moment, but the Williams goes defensive, and who goes? They're almost going too wide into this, and they both succeed in keeping their positions, and also have an incident. That's really good as well. I was more afraid of that happening than it was them having an overtake happen here. And we're seeing Loquito and Wu Shiesty fight. Wu Shiesty having a tough race last time. Dr. B improving to 6 spaces coming from P19. And he is on pace to catch up to JC as well. He is pushing the maximum. but so is Offline Kids. He's trying to improve back into somewhat recovering what he was previously at. And it's so unfortunate what's happening as well, because here he comes around, and this is where he had the problem last time, and he has a better moment. He's much closer than he was previously as well. 1/10 behind him. He has the battery to work with this, but so does Iceman. He has the toe as well, but he doesn't go for the move. And this will be the next moment opportunity that he'll have to do it, but it'd also be the same for Offline. Does Offline have more battery than Iceman? No, he does not. It's going to be an equal kind of position here, and they both will not change at all. I will say, Kibito trying to catch up as well, but this top 4 fight is all within a second right now. Pedro being behind Kibito, Capex being also even closer than that, but Offline Kids getting even closer than he was, I guess, last time in the sector, but he's also losing the gap as well. We're seeing that P11 all develop a 2-second gap between each other besides one. Luquito trying to go for a move, and Lucia Isti behind him gets another penalty. Both Alpines battling each other out. Oh, I just moaned really loudly. Luquito behind his teammate. He'll have an opportunity to overtake here. Does he overtake is a question, though. This is your teammate. You don't want to create any contact. Don't want to create any moments, incidents at all between each other, and he won't. He won't go for any crazy. I guess he will. He will try to burn his battery all the way down low, but so does his teammate. So JC and Luquito battling out for each other, but a little bit more wide for both of them, and it's a big struggle. Young boxing early, and that is her first box as well going into this. So our first box is Young going with a actually everybody has to. Oh no, it was a red flag. So he's gonna box early, get off these mediums, go onto hards. We're gonna see a lot of people move up the grid with this early move, and they're either replacing his front wing. He had a tough time with front wing. Also see Ash box as well, and then we're gonna see. I think I hear another car, but I don't see it. I don't think so. Yeah, I think you're fine. So they fall all the way down to piece 18. Acosta all the way in the back as well, by the way. Oh, we see a nice move, but the Williams goes off! No! Oh, no. I would say it was a nice move. I do not know if that was a good move or not, because we see the Williams fall further and further, more and more, every little bit, and we see Offline Kids have a moment. Offline Kids is in the wall! No! It's on the turn, and so does Gavito! No! Oh, my God! Oh, everything is going wrong for this guy. That's so unfortunate. And I got that one for sure. He lost Offline, which I don't think it's Offline's fault, because he was trying to recover back, and he was transparent as well, but so unfortunate. And we see that moment. 13 also trying to go for a move here. Luquito, can I go back? There we go. Go for a late break move, and oh, does he complete it? They do, but also forces the Williams wide. He has no battery as well, so there's opportunity for the Williams to retake, and he does. Really good back. And we see a bunch of boxing now. Offline Kids, who has to box again from P3, ends up in P13 and loses 12 positions off of that box. Now, his pace is good, so you see maybe recover some of those positions, but I don't think he'll be the front runner anymore. Luquito with a time second penalty as well. And this is chaos, and I mean, Kevito was right. Chaos. Another a very scary opportunity, and he did not think that he was going to be one to probably fall into what it is, this trap, I guess, of this new track. Now, Iceman and Gory Frog. Now, Iceman has not improved really from his position, but we did see him lead the race before the red flag and after the red flag. And this is unfortunate for Offline Kids, who definitely should be fighting with these guys. But to have that moment, I do not know what happened. I do know that was a dirty driving incident. I do not know if it was anything crazy, but Leaky's getting back into this fight. I do not know if his penalties are going to affect him at all. Oh, side sauce with 13 seconds. Unfortunate, man. That's one of my favorite drivers as well. Unlucky. There you go. Coming around the McLaren, struggling with this turn here in Sector 2, and I wonder if it's a tire degradation. So we're gonna look at the tires. So we have everybody on these mediums here. Capex is the only one on hards that is behind the 4, but he's also 6 seconds behind. After that, then we see everybody else on hards. ISOS hards, JH hards. Then we see Pedro on mediums, and then we see another yellow flag. And the Sauber's off. No, wait, I was there. Come on, Dr. B's fully off, and he's trying to recover it back. And both the Williams, the Haas is also off, and it's I think a VC, full virtual safety car, which is good for, I guess, for Dr. B to recover any of his positions that he lost, but wow. Let's see if I can see it. Read it. It does say nothing. So we're seeing we see the front runner's box now. So we're seeing the front runner's box, which is good for Gory Frog. This is the VCS. It will allow them, VSC will allow them to box, not freely, but better positions than they normally would have. So we're seeing everybody. I'm hoping Gory Frog will come back ahead of Leaky here, and I think he will. Yep, he will. No problem at all. But Capexna leads the race, and that's what's going with the benefit of going on hards and not having any incidents at all. Capex having a clean race right now with no penalties, no issues, and no damage either. So we're seeing Gory Frog come out ahead of Iceman. No, he's not. He's not ahead of Iceman that far. He's ahead of Iceman, but it's not by far. And I mean, that's a good clean box. Leaky ends up stuck behind some traffic here, but I wonder if he can get a move on these fresher tires. But yes, he will. This is a clean overtake, I believe, here. Both these cars shouldn't have any problem going at all to battle. Did I just watch the Ferrari go off now? Okay. We're good. So we're going to see the Ferrari. Oh, that's a really cool cam. I like this cam. I'm not leaving off this cam. It's sick. All right. Anyways, going back into the Williams is behind. We're not seeing anything too crazy at all. We've seen Offline Kids go for some pace movement, some changes. So we're going to watch him because he has to recover a lot. So Capex is leading the race by 1 second, and then ISOS is behind it, but ISOS has a 13-second penalty, so really he has to box and he'll be stuck further down the grid. But obviously, if you can build that gap and you abuse these hards as much as you can, that'd be perfect. Now we're watching this almost a DRS train build up between Offline Kids, and we're seeing the overuse of battery, and the Ferrari makes a move, and so does Offline Kids, and we're seeing Young and Offline Kids be a team again. From last race, if you remember, Young and Offline were both working through the grid together. Now we're seeing almost a replay of that, almost just one overtake, by the way, but it definitely could be, and we should see again collecting those time second penalties like they are Infinity Stones. And Offline Kids will try to make a move here probably after this sector, most likely, unless he gets a huge mistake on the Ferrari. Oh, such a beautiful cam. Oh, man, this is so pretty. It's a nice camera. So the DRS will be open for the Sauber, and I don't think there'll be enough space between them to kind of make a move here. But I guess it is, because he's going for it. Offline Kids is going for the move. Can he complete it? And he can't. He can't keep it ahead. And unfortunately, I think it's the battery difference between these two cars. And it is because it's but 10% battery between Young and Offline Kids. And that's huge because Young is on, not older, but older by a lap, tires than Offline Kids. But also, he didn't have the same pace as he did in qualifying. So how is this happening? And I think it is this battery usage. He overuses this battery a lot. And he goes for a move. So we see more boxing happening as well. Pedro and JH going for some moves among the grid. And oh, what a switchback. Oh my lord. And we see Offline go off, having some bottoming out of the car as well. Some porpoising, which makes him slower as well. And coming around this, I mean, Young has showed some good moves here. I like this guy. This guy is the P1, the guy who was the P1 sitter, the guy who set the pace on this qualifying, right? And he is going for a late move. What a dive! And some contact between the Ferrari and the Kick Sauber. Oh my god. As I was going to say, we see the Gory Frog can prove as well, by the way. I was going to say, wow, what a move, but it was absurd. Now we're going to see ISOS box now as well. So everybody who has penalties ahead of it, apparently. 6 seconds of Wu Shiesty, 13 seconds of ISOS. Iceman collected a 3-second penalty, which is unfortunate. And very, very unfortunate. But I mean, we're seeing this like a situation there. He goes wide. So you can kind of see a lot of how this new track, but this different track is for a lot of these people. And we don't take into account is that when it comes to these league races, you're not realizing that when you're doing the air race and you're doing the practices and you're doing all this, you're not going to realize how fast the people are, and you're not going to realize how much more motivated you get to do to start pushing. So when you are on that moment where you see, man, that guy ahead of me is like really quick, I need to start pushing, and you get more frustrated, you start pushing, you overuse those tires really quickly, and you burn them, burn through all that rubber. We're going to see a lot more of that happen, and a lot more instances probably all later on. And we're seeing battery also be a problem as well. Now we've seen Offline go for another move again, back on the outside this time around, but doesn't get anything because, I mean, for the Ferrari collected the safer line here. Now, Wu Shiesty has to give up this position here. And he will. I mean, not he will. We can't give it up. He's forcefully have to give it up here. And look at that move. It's a lot harder than you would expect, but he completes it. Young gets past and now puts a car between him and off-flying kids, which is going to be a little bit more of a problem because it also wastes his battery and he goes off. Lando Norris moment. He'll use all of his deployments, and now he'll have grass on his tire, so he'll lock up as well. It's okay because off-flying kid still recovers it enough. And we're seeing some movements between Monstars and Ash as well. Some battling out in the back for the last points being scored. And look at Isos, who had 13 seconds of penalties, but still within points. I mean, that's the benefit of being on hards early on. Even if you did have that issue and you build early or a bigger gap between you and the back line, that is how you get out of this and you get rescued out of that. Now, Lokita also has 9 seconds, and Wishazi has 6 seconds. Who has more Infinity Stones? I do not know. Now, we're going to see Iceman maybe try out to fight back for his P2 from Leaky. I do not know if, who has the better tires here. So, and I mean, we're going to see a nice move between Leaky and Iceman. Leaky was unable to just contest it all from Iceman. Iceman with a better pace, and they have the same amount of tires too. So that is just straight out pace. That is straight out just skill. And we see much more skill from Iceman. All right, here we go. Now, Capex is on fresher tires, and oh, wait, did I just see someone off? Oh, my God, Kevito, another spin. I caught that on camera. No, Kevito. A guy who I really wanted to do well in this race is struggling here, but now we're seeing offline kids fight back Young again. And he's trying to recover this. Iceman does recover his P2 again from Leaky, and we did see that. I remember that now. I was forgetting that for some reason. And we're seeing the point scores in the back. Monster is probably feeling the mode on those tires right now. Yep, Pedro gets out past with those fresher tires. Now, Offline Kids is still trying to recover anything he can. I will say Capex having a great race, by the way. To put this in perspective, his strategy has been much better than a lot of other people here. So you qualify, I believe it was P10 or maybe further back. And he's, no, actually I can tell you right now. I actually probably could look at his positions and his improvements. So Capex, oh yeah, he was qualified P7. So we're seeing him have a great improvement, which is big for both McLaren drivers. More points scored from among them, and the Ferrari has a huge moment that'll leave him wide open for this move. And we both see both these Ferraris have to fight it out. And I don't think this will be another switchback. It'll just be a clean overtake for the Sauber, and Young, who was having a good time keeping this guy behind him, will no longer have to be able to say the same he's been doing or won't be able to do the same he's been doing for the entire race. There you go. I can't say it much slower. All right, and now we're gonna see any more changes. I didn't do that. There we go. Isos improving. Thank you, Isos, for going back up the grid. I need Isos to do well. I need this shot to go away, by the way. Can the shot go away? There we go. I just hide it away. So as we go through all these cars, we're not seeing any moment. Oh, we're seeing some battling between the Alpine and the Haas. And here they come. Haas gets nothing at all done. He has to fall behind. The Alpine actually goes wide into the gravel. Oh, no. The Haas driver, I believe that was Monstars, goes off. And Kavita improves off of that. So that's unfortunate. We're seeing a lot what Kavita was talking about. A lot of these tire degradations probably as well, because Monstars is on the 17-lap old tires. He definitely needs to get off of those soon. And wow, we're seeing the mode. You know, I like calling it the mode. The mode of where you feel like the slowness and you feel like the bad. You know, and that's what I'm referring to when I say the mode. We're seeing some leaky movement here too as well. Some leaky pace coming up, but I don't think anybody's within good range of some passing. Maybe this Alpine, but I don't think at all. Leaky get another second penalty. So now, I will say this position mattered at first because of the fact that these guys both had a huge gap between the guy behind them, and then also they both had 3-second penalties. Now, this move here, even if he didn't successfully make it, it would all depend on how far he gets a gap between them, because then he'll just give that position back. Now, when they were at first, it would just not go far. It would just equalize to each other. Now, he's going to be 3 more seconds behind him, and Leaky is quick. He's got the pace to do some moves here, some overtaking, but obviously when it comes to not going off tracks, he's struggling. And I mean, that also comes with the track as well. It's a hard track, especially when you're not used to it. And we're seeing some good pace coming from Pedro. He's getting faster behind this guy. Drink some water. I'm getting thirsty here. A big moment for the Williams. I had like a freak out there. I was hoping he wasn't gonna crash, which I'm glad he didn't. Because I mean, he's pushing. He's trying to catch up to ISOS here, and ISOS, who had a rough time with penalties, is now currently cemented into P9. And now another person who had a problem with penalties was Kevito, but Kevito didn't have the same luck as ISOS because Kevito spun out. So we're seeing a lot of struggling with this track and development and how it goes on later on in this race. We're going to see probably another safety car because of the fact that a lot of people can't keep it on track, but the gaps between each other are much bigger now. So I will say I don't think they're going to see any more movement besides this one, but besides this battle between each other here. And then they go after, and this Haas makes a clean move on Iceman, but the oversteer a little bit, the understeer almost sends him into the wall, and Iceman also goes off. I wonder if that gives him a penalty. Did not give him a penalty. That should definitely give him a penalty, though. And a clean move done by Leaky to take P2, but it's not. It might be for nothing because did Ash lose a lot of time? I guess did because ISOS got improves as well, up a place. So that's good. A good movement ahead. I'm gonna see Dr. B. Let's catch Dr. B movement here. Catch Dr. B pace. I just saw another overtake here. So we're gonna come around, see some nice overtaking move here. We see the Haas. You know, for the final turn coming around, and the Haas pits. We don't see any fancy moves at all. So I do not think Ash maybe. You'll see this. Ash on 4/10 behind Pedro, but also Pedro will have DRS coming from ISOS because of how close he is as well. ISOS won't have any DRS come into this, so we might have to watch this from the back here. Might be some movement. Actually, I think he might have DRS because I think that's my back marker from Costa. I do not know though. Oh wow, whoa, a moment there for ISOS. No, who should I see? Is that is a person. We're gonna see some movement between these two drivers because I'm stupid. Who should I see is on track? I don't know. Oh, a hit! That's huge. Oh, and the Williams also hit him as well. It's a safety car. Is it a safety car? It's a safety. What happened? Pedro, a severe collision with. Oh my God! 10-second penalty given to Pedro as well. Oh my God! What happened? I didn't see. I was there too. What happened? I saw a collision between ISOS and Wushaisi, but I didn't see a collision between Pedro and ISOS. What just happened? Now everybody's boxing. Safety car is coming out. Yeah, that's a full safety car. What? What for? Is this like wing damage on the ground? Oh, JH is retired. Is there a Ferrari in the wall somewhere? It's gotta be a Ferrari in the wall somewhere. JH retired. No, I did say that we're gonna have another safety car probably, and I'm not a jinx it for JH. JH, I did not see much movement from JH at all, so I didn't get to talk about it. But the Ferrari having a moment, going off and retiring probably. I do not know what happened. I do not know where he crashed, but it's a full safety car, and that's unfortunate. Now, if we are smart here, we are going to be doing some boxing, which Gory Frog did. Gory Frog boxed for free. He's on brand new mediums and 4 seconds ahead of Leaky. No, he's not. They're both in the pits right now. So the top four all boxed. No changes in the box right now. Capex will also have a nice, good window to box. And now I do not know what he's going to box onto because he's on brand new mediums. So he'll box onto mediums again, and he'll box onto the new mediums. So you need to take these to the fullest you can. I mean, Gory Frog doesn't change at all. No position change either. Capex, I actually will get ahead of Offline Kids. It'll be all dependent of who gets here. Offline Kids is trying to catch back, but I think Capex might become ahead. Yeah, he will. He comes ahead, and that's so unfortunate. Capex is having a great race. Now, Offline Kids is also recovered back to P5. Now, we did see Offline Kids go all the way up from, I think, P3 to P10 to maybe lower than that. And that was frustrating, probably, but I mean, if I'm Offline Kids, I'm taking this back, right? I might be frustrated that everything went wrong, but I mean, it's great. The safety car, I mean, his third teammate, I guess, because he's working out with Young, so I guess he's like, yo, I need you to crash real quick. But it's crazy. Wow, I really wish I caught that moment. I wonder what happened. I wonder what happened to JH. Poor JH. Now, obviously, the safety car is going to make the gaps between all these cars a lot closer, right? So these penalties now get fully activated, but we're also very far away from the final lap. It's all dependent on how far we go. Now, Young having no penalties at all. And so no penalties at all from Gory Frog, which is good because you're the front runner. You don't want to have to deal with any penalties. The two people behind you both have a 6 second and a 3 second. You're fine basically. You basically have a 3 second gap between the two. Why does the Alpine go off? What's going on between that? Why did the Alpine go off? Oh, did he have to let people pass? Yeah, he did because he's a back marker. Unfortunate. All right, so the safety cars are probably gonna come in soon because we need everybody to fix their positions here. And is that Alpine? It's Williams is serving the penalty second. Oh, it's actually really smart because it's a safety car, so you can serve it now. So Pedro will now come out ahead probably of the I guess the front runner. Sauber, right? Who's this? This is Dr. B, so he'll come ahead of Dr. B here. All right, so all the penalties that are served have been the 10-second penalties that are good, that are bad. The worst ones, obviously, but we're seeing the normal ones that are get for track limits be the biggest killer right now. So I will say this is the last person on the track. He'll probably have to climb and go all the way to the grid. I wonder how far Costa is, because Costa is right there already. So how is this Haas behind all of them? This is so confusing. So how lapped are these two drivers? Is there a way I can see that? Like they got to be lapped like crazy because Loquito's like in the middle of the grid. All right, let's see who improves here. Now, I mean, safety cars are boring, so I don't know what they're going to talk about. It goes with a 5-second gap, which is basically a lap between each other, which is crazy to say. Unfortunate for a lot of these drivers. The V-car driver struggling. I do not know what happened to him really, but it might be just a pace issue, but we'll see. Anyway, so I want to talk about this. We're seeing a lot of the issue of the battery, all right, and a battery tire duration. Of course, there's a full minute behind it, buddy. How is this getting worse in a safety car, by the way? Oh, it's because he's staying behind them. He should pass them. I think he's allowed to pass. Are you allowed to pass the safety car? You should be allowed to pass them. Like it's getting worse and worse. Like he is in there. Same with Loquito. I don't know how to deal with that here. These guys are full lap off. I'm pretty sure these guys are not a full lap off, so that's crazy. Anyway, we're seeing a problem with the battery. And the biggest issue with battery, right, is the fact that you gotta save a lot of it for actual battling. If you're using it a lot when you're on just straights or on exits, and you're just pressing that button like crazy or holding the button for people, you're gonna burn that battery down. You need that battery for a lot of, fighting. I would normally on safety cars in this lap huge. You normally need a lot of that safety, that battery for actual dueling. So a lot of time when I'm racing, I save a lot, like 40%, 50%, and make sure I keep that battery enough to work around at any corners or any issue when I fight a person, right? And we're seeing a struggle with that too. In tire rotation, we're seeing a lot of these guys push like crazy, and when there's a gap like a second or a second, tenths, or like that, especially in a lot of these DRS trains, you're gonna struggle with that. But we're gonna see him here. So we see Gory Frog and Leaky. Wait, Gory Frog gets past Leaky, but I guess it might be a penalty. I don't know. That was a mispass maybe. Might have been a mispass. All right, we'll see that. We'll see this later. So we're gonna figure this out here. So we're gonna go back to race pace, and we're gonna see how far, what changes we get. So I'm gonna go from the back here. I'm gonna go from Isos, my favorite driver in the pink V carb, going to do some moves, right? Surely, I'm calling it. Come on, give me some shows here, guys. Kevito in P10, recovering all of that moments and all those issues that he had before as well. This is your moment, Kevito. This is your chance. You gotta give it a safety car. And look if he gets another 10-second penalty. Like you're a full 30 seconds, minute and 30 seconds behind the guy who's a minute and 30 seconds. You're full 8 seconds behind a guy who's down a minute and 30 seconds behind. That's so unfortunate, Loquito. All right, Isos, let's go, Isos. Isos passed. Actually, I think Isos did improve. He did pass JC. Or I actually do not know. But wait, that's the lap car. Oh, and here it comes, Isos. He braked really early. I guess he didn't want to be any crazy here. Acosta also getting a time second. Oh, where's Leaky move? Leaky go for a move here, and Leaky goes for a moment, but it doesn't. It goes for a move onto the leader, but nothing happens. But he's gonna go for another back. Bro, I'm gonna go to the freaking TV cam for this. And, I mean, wow, Gory Frog clears! Oh! There goes transparent. What's going on? Why is he transparent? Is there collisions? All right, they're fighting. I'm going to keep it like this, guys. We're going to see the Haas attempt a pass on our front runner right now. Leaky, who has 6 seconds worth of penalties, right now has to deal with the front runner, and he's in P2, but he has no reason to go for anything less because he has a guy behind him who has 3 seconds and much faster as well. I think he's lagging. It's the other yellow. I wonder why is there yellow. Why is there yellow, guys? Why is there yellow, guys? I hope there's no sector 2, apparently. This is all sector 2. Oh, I guess there's a moment between the this is probably the lap car. Alright, so we're gonna see Leaky go for a huge move. He used a lot of his battery and goes a huge dive, throws the car into the corner, and he gets past Gory Frog, which is a clean move, but the battery between those two actually is a big difference earlier, and that's also probably why he's got the pass so quickly. Now it's all dependent on who gets past here again. We're seeing the McLaren attempt another move here, and he does. I do not know if there's a safety car or something. Why is there yellow flags? Oh wait, Leaky battling out. Oh, he actually fell off. Leaky fell more. No, what happened to Leaky? I mean, Offline's gonna just take that for free. The Leaky DC. Capex is also improving as well to a P4. This is big. I mean, for Offline, if you keep within this gap right now, you're gonna be P2 guaranteed. You have, not guaranteed, but like as long as you keep that 3 second gap below 3 seconds, I guess the 3 second penalty, you keep that gap between under 3 seconds, you're gonna be P2, and that'd be a good recovery from P1. It's much better than coming P10. So, I mean, we're gonna see the grid as well probably improve a lot. ISauce moving up the grid, my favorite driver. Let's go, ISauce. Fly down, catch up to everybody. Capex trying to also go for a move, but I mean that's the problem there was that he went wider than he should have, and he also used a lot of his battery. So he's gonna follow the exact line that Offline Kids uses here. And I mean, Capex trying to put another McLaren on the podium and deny Offline Kids P2. Offline Kids got to be like a Max Verstappen, but like a bigger choker or something. Loquito and the Monsters both getting some penalties in the back line. Guys, Leaky fell so far down. Oh, Leaky DC'd. He's transparent forever. No, poor Leaky. Now, Capex and Young. I mean, I'll feel like Young, Ferrari, trying to do it all as well. I mean, his teammate's gone. Kavita's teammate's gone, and the Mercedes doesn't have a teammate, so that entire Mercedes is out. Wow, unfortunate. What a moment between those two. It's like Red Bull, like in the actual Red Bull ring last year. Kimi and Max Verstappen crashing out. Now, I'm not saying that's just Max Verstappen or if Linsniak is Kimi, but that's unfortunate moment between both of them. Will it be costly later on? And we're seeing another Wushaisi and Ash collect these time-saving penalties, and Wushaisi collected them like freaking. Look at that, has 15 seconds worth of them, and they're all 10-second penalties or 3-second penalties. Oh, lead DNF. Oh, wait, was that a crash? I just see bits and pieces of stuff everywhere. Is that a safety car? It can't be a safety car, right? Or is he boxed? I think he's boxed. I hope he's boxed. I hope that's not a safety car. Because if that is a safety car, that is pivotal. Wow, what a turn of events right now for all these drivers. Iceman going for some moves, trying to get back into P1 like he was earlier before the red flag and after the red flag just for a lap, and Gory Frog took the lead. But, I mean, the person to improve back from all of this is Offline Kids, who you definitely thought was gone and out, but all these safety cars, these VSUs, I mean, have brought him back from the dead like The Undertaker. And unless Iceman improves the gap by a lot, which he won't, to go off, and that is a pivotal moment that'll leave Offline's gap by 1 second and less, and it'll break the gap between Gory Frog and him by 5 more tenths. That is a huge moment as well, and a swing for Offline Kids' championship position in points, because that'll now recover him to P2 if this continues on like this. Now Capex and Young both trying to do something else, but I don't think it's enough. The DRS is going to be open for him, but he'll have the battery, and Gory Frog has been burning a lot of it as well. So maybe Iceman will have a moment again, or an opportunity to go for this, but it's got to be for nothing, because you got to hope that maybe the battle between him and Gory Frog and Offline Kids battle it out and help you build that gap for 3 seconds to claim that victory. But I don't see it happening unless something happens here, like a mistake from Gory Frog, which Gory Frog has been driving spectacularly. He has not had a mistake, no off limits, no track limits at all. And I mean, the gap between Capex and Offline Kids has also developed as well. So now we might see Young for an opportunity to pass here. But I want to see, maybe we should go for the front runners, or maybe Kavito from the back here as well now. Young is definitely going to have a moment, the opportunity to do this, but so will Iceman. I will try to do my best to manage both of these. And Iceman trying to improve it and beat the... Oh! Oh no! Capex goes off! No! Capex went off! And it allows Young to get behind him. Capex, who was having a great race, who was probably one of the people that you would think get the best improvement from where he was at, finally has a mistake, and it's at the worst opportunity when there's someone directly behind you. Now, that position is gained from Young, and there's a yellow flag between a couple cars right now, but I don't see where it's at, so I don't know where it's at. But now we see Iceman climb very fast and viciously, and Pedro has left the session. Pedro's also DNF'd. Is that another safety car? Oh, man. So many DNFs. We have 5 DNFs right now. And Lokita with 18-second penalties and almost a full second off. That is absurd. The only person in range to pass now is Iceman. Kavito didn't get any further because of what happened. Now he also falls into P12, but he might improve much further because of the fact that there's a bunch of penalties ahead of him, but he needs to improve that gap from 4 seconds to none. Iceman and Offline Kid have been fighting it out for the front, but I don't think it'll be enough. It is absurd of how many safety cars and incidents we've seen this race. We've seen so many people struggle with everything. Everything. Tire degradation, safety cars, off moments, track limits. Every single thing you think of a problem to become at all, it becomes fruition. And now Offline Kids, who was in the back of the pack after I believe the red flag, not after red flag and like a lap after, he fell to P10. And Kavito DNFs! Oh no! Is that a safety car? What happened to Kavito? I was just talking about how his race was so recoverable, and he falls again. Is that a safety car? It is a. Is it? I can't. I hope it. Please don't be a safety car. Not a moment like this to end. Is this how this is gonna end? Is it? No, it's not a safety car. So they're still racing, full power, full push. Offline Kids. I'm sorry, little thing, but Kavito having another DNF. That's 6 DNF in this race. Now it's all on Offline Kids to recover the positions that he lost, and he has a shot if he passes, but he has an over. Oh no, huge understeer. I really don't know the difference between these two. Understeer moment almost slides. I guess over here because his rear end kicked up probably, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, he has a moment, and he was really close behind Iceman to have a moment to maybe shoot for P1 in the final 2 laps, but he doesn't get anything done because of that moment. And now everyone behind P6 has penalties. Lokita finally improves and catches up from the minute and 4 seconds, a full lap down. So does Acosta. And here, Iceman has fought too hard and too little to gain any gap between him and the disparity while we start the final 2 laps. And it's probably frustrating because, I mean, besides that, whatever has been happening, he's been really good on pace. He's been behind these cars. He's never had too crazy of a moment that fully sets him behind the rest. He's been P2 consistently. I don't know where he got the off-track limits, but he consistently got them enough to get the timestamp penalty, which is absurd. Because now that'll put him to P3. And what's more absurd is Dr. B getting a 1 as well at 9 seconds to his thing. I do not know what's gonna happen to P6 and below. I don't know what points are gonna be scored. If you just survived the race and didn't drive too bad, you would be guaranteed P13. You would have been better than both Red Bull drivers, a Ferrari driver, a Mercedes driver, and a Haas and a Williams. You're better than all those people because they all struggled to stay alive, including Nitro and Lindziak dying in lap 1. Now, I will say, it's so unfortunate for all these guys because everybody behind Young is not not past 2 seconds of a gap, and also the fact that if you're P6 and below, you all have time saving penalties. So I really wish, as we come around the final turn, the first turn, I guess not the final turn, the first turn, and the final lap, we're gonna see a battle, a shootout for the final position, I guess. And I mean, I don't think it's gonna be any further than Iceman going P3 and Gory Frog staying in P1, unless a moment for either one of those from offline or Gory Frog changes this. And I will say, Gory Frog will benefit maybe off of this Alpine be ahead of him, because of the fact that he might get a DRS, and he will. That'll keep him alive for this lap. As long as his Alpine is ahead of him, he'll have DRS, so the train will be set. That's absurd. Iceman can't get a gap between them. And he's, I mean, low on fuel, but that doesn't mean anything at all here in the sense you're in the final lap, and it's another DRS given for Gory Frog. It's cemented. It is his. No matter what you do now, no matter if you even passed him here, Iceman, if only for a deep dive, a crazy shot, you are not going to gain P1. Offline has came back from the back of the pack, but it doesn't matter because Gory Frog with a stellar moment crosses the line with P1. A beautiful strategy again. Wasn't on pole again, and I watched the Alpine crash in front of Gory Frog on the final lap. Gory Frog has won the race again. Offline Kid with a stellar recovery off of all the moments that he had in that, I think, the second to last turn, where he was off in the moment and went to P10 because of it. Got wing damage as well, I think, as well. So, incredible race. Very entertaining because we saw oh my god, 6 freaking DNFs. I was gonna say 19 second penalties, but 18 second penalties. So, I do not regret. We're gonna see what it is guaranteed after, I guess, this Alpine crosses the line. He's just gonna pass everybody. He's just gonna pass everybody here. He's gotta unlap himself. Here he comes around. Now, this is unfortunate. I will say Loquito, who drove safely. A safe driver, I might say. Why would clear for well, what a race. Just to clarify, I am Offline Kids. What a good race from you, HB. Offline Kids. You had a great race. After everything that happened, I know you probably feel worse because the fact that you were P1 and that's the second time you've lost it. You've definitely crawled all the way back. Now, we'll see our point scorers of today, because I couldn't tell you off the beginning because I only knew P5 and below or up, because the fact that all those time-saving penalties. Now, I guarantee you, Gory Frog with a cemented P1, Offline Kids recovers a P2, and P3 is the Ferrari. Wow. Ferrari with the podium as well. So, we're seeing that the time-saving penalty, if you drove cleanly, you would be much happier. We see the Alpine in the box for some reason. But wow, Young as well with the podium, which is huge. We're seeing a new podium runner every single time, I guess. Well, I mean, that's perfect. I mean, what more could you ask for? A race with a couple DNFs. Fastest lap from Leaky, who didn't finish the race. Driver of the day at Dr. B. The most services from JC, and the clean driver from Offline Kids. Gory Frog with the win. Offline Kids with P2. P3 Young. P4 Iceman, who falls further because of the penalty. P5 Capex, who had a great race as well. P6 from iSauce, my boy in the V carb. I love that guy. P7 from JC. P8 Ash. P9 Dr. B, who recovered from P19. And P10 Wu Shiesty, who had a gajillion time-second penalties. Monsters loses out as well at P11. And then everybody else was a lap off. And Kavita was 4th. Oh, Kavita didn't finish the race. What a race, guys. What a race. That's the strategies for everybody.
Yeah, it was a crazy race, man.
Wow. What some moments. What
Good fights, bad moments, but good recovery at the end, man.
Yeah.
That was the worst race ever, dude.
Is that Kavito? Kavito, what happened? I didn't get to see that.
Yeah.
I was telling everybody, I was like, dude, you were great. You were in a spot where you had no penalties, and you were behind everybody that had penalties.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
So what messed me up in the beginning, after the red flag, on that start, I went wide on the beginning, and I somehow got a 10-second penalty there.
Wow.
So yeah,
I didn't see that. I was so unfortunate. I remember seeing the 10 seconds. I was like, wow, I don't know how you got that either. But
After that, it was fine. I was catching up. I caught up to the people in front. They were on mediums. It was wearing out, and they had penalties.
you
And then
had it, dude.
I
So many
know,
spins.
and
It's
then
like
my
3 spins.
yeah. But that last one, it was my wheel rotation on on my actual wheel. It just I don't know what happened. It just I guess it reset. So it felt like the rotation was like a normal car, like 900 degrees, I guess.
Yeah, you have
So I
to
had
check that
to,
out when
yeah.
you go back to the factory.
Yeah, you gotta tell Red Bull to not do that again. That also
Yeah,
means both
someone
Red
there-
Bulls didn't survive the race in the Red Bull ring.
Oh, did he DNF?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he DNF. That's what the red
I
flag
think
was.
it was
That was red flag.
it was the incident in the first corner,
Yeah,
right?
that was
Do
it.
you
Was like
see
No,
the
in the-
battle
in the
with
third,
me and
fourth.
with me and Offline Kid?
I did see earlier, and you were ahead of him for so long, and then you had that you went off, and that would let him through, which was so unfortunate. You were doing so good because that guy's really quick on pace, so you were to keep him
Yeah,
behind you was
rapid.
perfect. Yeah. But I mean,
Very good racing.
yeah, it was. I mean, really, I didn't think you were gonna get P3 off of that too. By the way, so that was good. So, I mean, it really shows if you're a clean
Yeah.
driver, you really are like gonna improve.
I lost my wing.
You lost your wing?
I lost my wing. Yeah, after the red flag.
Oh, I did see you box. I remember
beginning.
seeing you box. You replaced your wing as well. Yeah, you had damage. Yeah, I did see that. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Alright.
I wasn't
Well, that
expecting
was
a easy race. It was really hard. It was really hard on top.
I mean,
like,
it is a reverse grid, and I was telling everybody as well that when it
degradation
came,
was
Yeah, since
the deck was horrible. Yeah.
it also gets even worse because the going through AI is much different than you are actually battling real people because you feel more motivated to like fight them out, and then you push harder, and then from there you burn your tires even harder.
True.
iSauce, welcome to the
Okay,
chat.
guys.
Thank you for stopping by. Good race, but man, I did feel long. I probably did. 36 laps was a crazy
Alright.
toll.
See, dude.
All right. Thank you guys. I'm
Alright,
gonna
see,
close it out
thank you,
here.
see you.
Thank you, Kavito. I'm sorry for the moment. Good job, Young.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna close it out here. All right, thank you guys for watching week 4 of the race. I will say, as people go in and out of my channel, I will say, what a race, right? We see what reverse grid really it was and how much of a problem it was throughout the degradation, throughout quality of racing, and throughout battery usage. No one really knew what to do for strategy-wise, and we see how crazy that can get. Unfortunate for all the Red Bull drivers. I will say my favorite driver, iSauce, is cemented as the GOAT for me. P6 guaranteed after he had a 10-second penalty, so many incidents, and I mean he survived, right? Another person, Young, crazy driver, keeping offline kid behind him, who was incredible in pace, who was great quality pace, but almost by like 6/10, maybe a second, I can't remember if he improved. And that is absurd to also choke out again, Offline Kid, who struggles to keep his car ahead of everybody at turn 1 and later on in the race. And I will say that's probably battery usage. And I mean, but we're gonna see maybe the next race. I do not know what the next race is. Let's see this. The next race will be this one here. So the next race will be Australia. Australia is our next race for round 5, week 5. So that's the wrong camera. So that's it for everybody. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy not too fast but a furious racing F1 league. Thank you guys. Good night.